Today, some very crazy things went down in the Counter-Strike 2 community. Today was the day that OniPixel and his competitive Counter-Strike 2 team, Team Drillas, was going to attempt to get through the Middle Eastern qualifiers en route to eventually, hopefully, qualifying for the Shanghai Major that's coming up in December. This was going to be a very, very tough stage. It was going to be a hard-fought battle. And if they ended up winning this thing, it was going to be a huge and major accomplishment, which, again, wouldn't even qualify them for the Major yet. They would then just qualify for the RMR, the next stage. But before we can even get there, they were going to have to take down a lot of tough teams, win a lot of tough matches. I am Germ, a CS2 investor, cash trader, collector, and today we're going to be talking about the story of OniPixel and Team Drillas' run through the Middle Eastern qualifiers. It's a very, very crazy story. But first, just want to mention my cash trading business. If you are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, turn them into cold hard cash or crypto or any other payment method, definitely hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first thing in the description below. I'm buying pretty much anything and everything for the right price. And of course, by selling them, you're helping support me, my channel, and my content. With that being said, let's get right into this today. And here we are in the Perfect World Shanghai Major 2024 Middle Eastern qualifiers. Again, for those of you that don't know, Team Drillas, like I said, this is OniPixel's team. He is the owner, founder, head coach of Team Drillas. This is in partnership with Zipple, who's like the manager, organizer, something to do with the team as well. They're doing this whole thing, but they started out in the Levantine and North African qualifiers, where they did eventually end up placing second. Team Drillas, they won 13-10 against 5-5-1-1. They beat Unlucky Much 2-0. They ended up losing to Poggers 13-8 in the grand finals, but three teams did qualify out of this qualifier, and they did eventually qualify to the closed qualifier for the Middle Eastern region, and this is where they ended up with these 8 teams. Again, they had Nam Esports, Superfuckers, Bravado Gaming, Gigi How, Al Ittihad, Onyx Ravens, The Punishers, and Team Drillas. And yeah, this was the crazy bracket and gauntlet they were going to have to go through. Again, this was going to be very, very improbable for OniPixel and his team to make it out of this, because only one team out of 8 went on to the closed qualifiers. And again, yes, even though this is double elimination, there's still some best of ones and even some best of threes in here. There can be a lot of luck, a lot of randomness, and it also is just going to depend what team shows up on that day and performs the best, because it's just a 3-day event that really decides so much. And again, qualifying in the majors is such a big thing. Not only do you get to compete for, pride and championships and all that stuff, but you get the sticker money, and that's what so many teams are going after. You get the money, but you also get etched into CS2 history. And things did not start out good for Team Drillas. They actually dropped their very first game right here to Gigi How, 13-8 on Dust 2. They were up 7-5 at halftime. Then up getting 8-1 on their CS or on their CT side, which is obviously not great. So their run was going to be starting out in the lower bracket, which again was not going to be a very easy task. Again, obviously this was just losing one best of one, and it doesn't really matter that much. But again, with only one team qualifying, now having to make a lower bracket run was going to make this very, very difficult and very, very even more improbable. But the Drillas started playing out of their minds. And again, the Drillas have some very, very good players. They have Haji, they have Waro2K. Their team is not untalented. They're not a team that's going to be impossible to win this thing or to qualify even for the entire major. But they did end up winning their first match of the lower bracket round 2-0, winning their next match against Bravado Gaming 2-0. They ended up beating Superfuckers 2-1 in what I believe was a very, very close match. Yes, 16-12. They won 16-13, lost 13-9, and won 16-12. That was definitely a very, very close and exhilarating match. They beat Nam Esports 2-0 in the lower bracket finals, and then 2-0 the grand finals. So they went on a very, very nice, very epic, very crazy lower bracket run where they only dropped a single map out of their next 5 matches. And this was a great, great, great sign for Drillas. And here it was, the ending of that very, very dominant match against Onyx. That's probably going to get this video demonetized now because it has stupid music and stuff in the background, but whatever. You see here, Jake Lucky saying, Twitch streamer OniPixel CS team has qualified for the Shanghai Major RMR. We are going to China. Shout out OniPixel and Zipple CS. Giving the community a story like this to cheer for is so dope. I know there's so many more names who made something like this happen. GG lads. And a ton of people saying, get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. And not in a bad sense this time, because again, this major is taking place in China, and OniPixel and his team nonetheless are going to China. Again, this the RMR RMR that's going to be taking place that they qualified for. This is actually going to be obviously the Asia Pacific RMR, which we can now look at the overview for. This is going to be taking place in actually Shanghai. So no matter what, his team is going to China, and these are the 8 teams that are going to be taking place that they're going to be fighting against at this event. It's going to be Mongols, FlyQuest, LinVision, Talon, Rare Atom, GR Gaming, Alter Ego, and of course Team Drillas. Again, here you can see with that coach Oni Pixel. It's just absolutely hilarious that he slots himself into the coaching role. A ton of people talking about how they want to pull an Oni Holo, wanting to get that Oni Pixel sticker in CS2 and in a capsule, which would be very, very crazy. So much community reaction, community sentiment going on after Team Drillas was able to pull this thing off. Oni Pixel is at the RMR. Simple isn't. I know who my GOAT is, which is just absolutely hilarious. We have here Oni Pixel's reaction to his team winning this qualifier. Shit feels unreal. This whole project feels like the whole community coming together to fire on their boys. Big shout out to KD69Z, KD, who told me to get a team for the open qualifier. Humongous shout out to Zippel and Jessel, who then started cooking and made this their passion project. Again, Zippel has shown he definitely knows how to do stuff like this after he just qualified ecstatic into the Copenhagen major. Vast shout out to Frequency, who made sure PCs are optimized for the game. Giant shout out to Pride, who's a goat at fixing any issue. Gargantuan shout out to Legends themselves, who qualified. Again, his whole team here. And finally, shout out to the chat, the community. The drill is the reason why we're all here in the first place. Thank you. Coach Pixel out. See you in China. Very, very cool statement from Oni Pixel there. Zippel chimed in as well. Happy to help organize this. A lot more goes into this and meets the eye. Already working with Oni Pixel on skin bid, but he's really shown some passion throughout these qualifiers. None of this would be possible without all these awesome people. And good luck in China. And lock in to the team. So this is obviously very crazy, very exciting for Zippel, and it'd be sick if he can get back-to-back stickers. This is a ton of people, joking around saying now that Onipixel is going to have a coaching page on HLTV, which is going to be another hilarious thing. They kind of mocked up one there. Qualified for the RMR, Can't Believe It, says one of the players for Onipixel's team. Generational run, which it absolutely was. I mean, this was very crazy. Again, after dropping that first map, it would have been so easy for the team to give up or to tilt or to think this thing was going to be impossible. They were going to have to go all the way through the entire lower bracket, but they just did just that. Again, only dropping a single map, and they're now going into the RMR with a ton of momentum. On the downside, the RMR is not until November 11th, so it's good and bad. They have a ton of time to boot camp and practice together and train up and hopefully learn more strategies and gain more synergy and all that stuff. But also, they ended this event playing such great Counter-Strike that I'm sure they want to try and get back after it. But also after such a crazy lower bracket run and all the hype and emotions and everything, I'm sure a break will be much deserved, but also just feel really, really nice. Some people, making concepts for what the Drillas jerseys are going to look like, which is going to be so funny. Whatever Oni Pixel decides to end up coming up for a sticker and for, jerseys and all that stuff is just going to be absolutely hilarious. Now that his team is actually going to be taking place at this event. If they didn't know, they know now. Waro 2K, again, popping off throughout so much of this with a 1.16 rating, 2.0, doing some very, very cool things. Again, Waro 2K is a beast. Haji's a beast. They have some players, they have some talent. This is the reason that Drillas could actually do this. Asia RMR teams have been decided. Do you believe Drillas can win one of the 3 spots of the Shanghai Major? That's the other good thing for the Drillas here. Yes, this Shanghai Major is actually pretty competitive and tough. Again, Mongols and LinVision have been at the most recent major. Mongols is qualified for the last 2. There's some other big name teams and brands here like FlyQuest and Talon. So this is not going to be easy for Drillas to make it through. There's definitely some high-rated, highly competitive teams here. But the good thing is top 3 out of 8 teams make this. So, almost half the teams from this thing are going to make it. That doesn't mean Drillas is, a shoo-in by any means, but it means they actually have theoretically a much better chance of making out of this, even if they don't necessarily play their best, than making it as far as they already have so far. I thought this tweet was hilarious. Been sober for 5 years, but this is worth it. Guys drinking beer to Oni Pixel and his team qualifying. Haji chimes in. He says, hell yeah, baby. See you in China. Job's not finished. Imagine grinding all year to make the major only to be sent home by this guy. So the other big thing here is that Oni Pixel said that face that is the team's logo right now on HLTV and all these different places is That's not actually his team's logo, not actually going to be his team sticker. He said, I guess HLTV just put that in place. So he is still, I think, looking for sticker ideas and for people to maybe make stickers. So Cyanide and Arco, they did make 2 revisions of their design, and these are their submissions for new possibilities for the Team Drillas logo. So we'll have to see what goes on with that. And then they also did make a signature for Waro 2K showing off that Drillas logo. So that's kind of cool as well. Combined viewers across 20 streams in multiple languages for Mouse Pain was about 60K, but viewers for Onipixel watching Drillas in their RMR qualifier was 56,000. Was just about 64,000 at the end of that game. So it does show you how much excitement and fanfare there is and that Onipixel is bringing to this thing. And imagine this was their RMR qualifier. Imagine the actual RMR, and then imagine the actual major of his team does end up making. And again, if you are a fan of Counter-Strike, whether you like Onipixel, I'm not even the biggest Onipixel fan. I like him, but I'm not like a tier 3 sub or anything like that. Whether you like Onipixel or Team Drillas or think it's stupid or whatever, I know like Thorin was kind of talking shit about them. So weird, because if you are a fan of Counter-Strike, you want Team Drillas to make the major, because that's going to get more eyeballs on this thing. That is going to create Counter-Strike fans. That is going to create lasting memories. That is going to create, more money, more opportunities, more everything in this space. So Team Drillas would be huge making this. This is not even comparable to Zipple with Ecstatic. This would be, somebody who's much more actively involved in the community right now, with a lot more reach, doing something very, very cool. Spam these villas to help the Drillas. People were doing all kinds of things. Skinbid getting involved on the action. Coach of the year, people are saying Onipixel might be in the race after all this craziness. Another Waro 2K glitter concept. This is somebody making a bordered sticker, which is obviously something I would love to see for the Shanghai Major with that Onipixel face sticker that we'd previously seen. I wanted to showcase that because I thought this was funny, and I do love when people make sticker concepts and stuff like that. And then somebody else chiming in with their idea for the Drillas mascot foil sticker. No copyright BS concept, and that is their idea of their other sticker as well. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what, like I said, what Team Drillas, their jerseys are going to look like, what their sticker or logo, whatever, is going to look like, and how they ultimately end up performing at that RMR in November. They have like 5 or 6 weeks to get ready for this thing. But man, this lower bracket run they went on was absolutely insane. It was a ton of fun to follow and watch the games and look at the highlights and the clips and all that. We'll have to wait and see what happens from here. But the story of Team Drillas continues, at least for now, and I can't wait to see what happens next. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.